Hello, everybody. I just wanted to give a quick content warning for this episode. If you're sensitive to curse words, some sensitive topics, and jokes here and there, then I would say maybe avoid this episode. I don't want to use the word trigger warning because I really dislike that phrase, but this is your trigger warning. But if you're willing to stick around, it was a really good conversation. A lot of jokes were had, and the conversation is very chaotic, but in a entertaining way, I like to say. So, again, this is your content warning. This is your chance to dip out if you are uncomfortable with what I mentioned. But if you're still here, thanks for sticking around, and let's get into it. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Ink and Bites podcast. Today is another very special episode. I have another guest on the show. They are a very smart individual who is educated in many different aspects of pop culture and video games. I will now just pass over the theoretical mic over to them to allow them to introduce themselves again, because I totally didn't just restart the recording or anything.
Hello again. Oh, sorry for the first time. Sorry. My name is Chris. I am as he said, entrepreneur of pop culture and various comics and manga and video games, and that's all a lie. I just don't do anything, and I'm very socially inept. But
Me too. It's okay.
But yeah, I'm just living, trying to live comfortably like everyone else. You know. Make a decent amount to pay the rent and various other debts everyone has to pay off in their lives, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, making enough money to stay alive is becoming harder and harder as years go on. But
yeah.
Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
Nah, you're good.
If anybody has listened to my previous podcast way before this one was made, I bless your soul if you have. Me and Chris had a very good episode before when we talked about our time at school and the lore that occurred there. We might pull in some of those old stories again if there's time, but just it's been a while since we chatted, so it's going to be a really fun episode just to kind of catch up a little bit, and it's going to be more of a comedic episode. And if you really like pop culture and gaming, you're in the right place because we're both nerds that do a lot of gaming. Speaking of which, because I was stalking your Discord, I seen you playing Helldivers. So let's just talk about that real quick. Let's talk about how this game has basically blown up the internet.
Oh man, so Helldivers. So I had a friend that kept texting me saying, "Oh, get Helldivers, get Helldivers." It could be like Ghost of Tsushima raids, like we used to do back during the pandemic. And so I've been going against it. Then I found out that Target was selling a physical copy. So I was like, "Ooh, it's $40. It's really cheap." And I've been hearing a lot of good things. I've been seeing a lot of memes on Instagram and stuff. So I decided to bite the bullet and get the game. And so I'm getting it. Like I said before, I was really against it. So I started playing like 2 rounds, and I got exploded by a big like orbital missile.
Yes.
And I texted him the video of Danny DeVito saying, "Oh my God, I get it." And yeah, that's been my experience so far for like the past hour or 2.
I will say that has been my experience for the past like 13 that I put on that game. Thankfully, I managed to survive the queues, but that game's great. You die most of the time from your friends because orbitals are crazy. But no, that game, we were going through a trend, and I talked about this in one of my earlier episodes. We were going through a trend where AA games have kind of been taking over AAA games. Like we had Baldur's Gate 3, which arguably is a AAA game, but it's really kind of still AA because they're kind of a AA studio. And I'm blanking on some other ones, but a lot of these indie studios are pumping out games that are selling millions and becoming hits, and Helldivers is just crazy. I don't think I've played a game that has been addicting and enjoyable since COD Zombies and sort of that wave-based like horde shooter. And it's just a ridiculous
Yeah.
game in all the right reasons. It's funny. They're suffering from success currently because the servers are blowing up. And you play on a console, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Have you
Oh
had?
no, I played like 2 games and it already crashed on me. That's how bad it's been getting,
Oh gosh, yeah,
like
the server.
connection wise.
Yeah, there.
But
It's like they just increased the server size to 700,000, but they still don't think they're going to be able to accommodate everybody. It's crazy. Did you have queues though on console, or were you able to get in?
mm,
Okay,
nah, I've been able. It's been smooth so far. It's
gotcha.
just it's like because like I'd be in the middle of something else and I'd exit out, and then like it won't exit out fully. It'll just stay frozen. But like I could put my inputs in, and you could hear all the sounds and everything, and people talking and everything. And you have to like restart. You have to shut down the app and just restart again.
Gotcha. I'm very jealous. It's the opposite experience for like. Thankfully, it didn't bother me enough or that much because I wasn't super crazy. I'm into it, but I'm not like super like I'm gonna scream at the devs because loading times. But 90, there was literally so they pushed a fix where they finally implemented an AFK timer because there were so many people trying to get into the game, and they released this statistic. I think it was like 50,000 people just did not turn their computer off. They left it on for days so they didn't lose their spot to be as petty as they could be.
They pulled the too mad.
Did that guy just pass? I don't remember if is that guy.
So no, yeah, no, he's dead. He's gone.
Yeah.
So apparently
I
I guess
know
he
him
didn't
from
have
one meme. He's the one where he falls over.
apparently he didn't have a good reputation. Apparently he was doing very inappropriate things with minors, and then he had intercourse with a hit e-girl, OnlyFans girl, Belle Delphine.
No,
And then
really?
yeah,
Oh my
that's what I heard at least. I didn't really care much for it.
She must have
But
been at the beginning of her career to do that.
well, yeah, I think that's what it was. That was like right after she sold the bath water.
Oh my gosh. What was that,
So
2018?
2018, 2019 maybe. I'm not maybe a little bit maybe during the pandemic. I think it was during the pandemic because that's when like OnlyFans really blew up. But yeah, no, so like he was playing Overwatch and apparently in his Discord he was playing it nonstop 24/7 for like 5 days. So I don't know if it was like his family members or his I don't know who it was. It was somebody. They called the police to do a welfare check on him, and then that's when they found his decomposing body in his gaming chair.
Bro was playing ranked and finally had enough. He was like, he couldn't get into Grandmaster. He was like, I'm done. I can't. I heard Overwatch just released like new hitbox changes, and I guess that's making the game more on fire. I bet they pushed that update. He was out, checked out. No, but I also heard he wasn't really that great of an individual. I looked at I'm only on Twitter because of my Twitch streaming, so I would suffer through it. But I read an X thread. Are we calling them X threads now? What? It's so funny. Like it's rebranded, but even the links you send out to people still say Twitter. I just you can't change a name of a brand that's in. It's like changing Google to like Oogle. No one's gonna say Oogle. They're still gonna say Google.
Yeah, no, I've just been calling it Twitter. I don't use it at all anymore, so it doesn't really affect me.
It's literally just bots, to be honest. I made all my social
yeah.
media for my Twitch streams, and instantly when I made them, I got in DMs from so many VTuber artists that are just bots that are trying to get me to buy like overpriced, probably ripped off pieces of art. Yeah, but I read a Twitter thread just going over how not good of a human he was. So.
Oh no, apparently like his final couple of months he was like being really unhinged and posting like a lot of like schizo tweets. Like really like fucked up tweets.
That's what the internet does to you. Everyone. And we're all going to end up there. We're going to be in cyberpunk soon going cyber psycho. Yeah, so we were talking about Helldivers. So yeah, fun game. Highly recommended if you anyone out there plays games. So you say you were playing for just a few hours, right? What's your experience so far? Like, how do you like it?
Oh no, it's pretty good. I like it a lot because it reminds me of Halo ODST, and I really miss Halo in the state it's in right now with Microsoft and their current leadership. And but yeah, no, my so far, like I played like one, I played two missions. I played one successful mission. The second one, I had this 12-year-old screaming at another guy because I guess his mic was tapping onto his face. And so like during the mission, he's screaming at him, and I guess the guy finally figured out how to mute his mic. So then at the end, I don't know what happened. The kid got pissed off at all of us, shot all of us, and quit the game.
Sounds like average 12-year-old behavior.
Yeah.
What difficulty did you complete your first mission on?
I think it was probably on the easiest one. I'm still trying to figure out.
Want to know how you gauge that? If you hot drop and if you can see any ground at all, you're probably on easy. When you're on the higher difficulties, you just don't see any terrain because it's covered in bugs. It gets wild, man. I think the highest I played on, I think, is Suicide and the robots. Have you fought against the automatons yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally Vietnam. It's literally, I can understand PTSD now because fighting the robot. It's not fair when they can shoot back. Just give me the bugs and they run at me.
Yeah.
It's a great game though. The Galactic War is fascinating. Like how, you're all a part of an ongoing conflict.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that. I saw that. I'm like, holy shit. So like it's like involving, it's like we're fighting a real war, you know?
It's a tinfoil hat. This game was just made by governments to prepare us for a real war. Okay. Yeah, no, but it's really wild, and I think that makes the games feel more rewarding in a sense because you're all chipping towards the same thing. And I don't know if this is true or not, but when you're in your ship above the planets, I haven't been able to confirm this myself, but the other ships that you see shooting and the other pods, I think are actually other people. It's like really dynamic, but I can't confirm or deny that. But I want to believe that's accurate because when you call down orbitals, if you look at your ship, it actually comes from your ship. Like if you called it. There's so many little details in that game that I would not expect from that. Like the gunplay, immaculate. Like how it has state reloading. So if you're like reloading and you run, you stop exactly in that animation where you started running. And like the recoil, how the guns feel from a co-op horde game, was not expecting it. And how their first game was top down, it's insane. It's wild.
Yeah, that was another thing with the reloading. You have to manually do it. It doesn't do an auto one. So I'd be shooting, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm out of ammo. And then I keep switching to all my other guns, and I get to a point where everything's just out of ammo, and I keep forgetting that I have to reload, and it's not a scripted animation that just does it automatically.
It's really cool. It adds such a layer of depth. And I always do the thing where I dive when I'm reloading and then I try to shoot and then I have to pull the bolt back and I'm like, well, I'm dead now. And like how the ammo is also like if you reload mid mag, you're losing all that other ammo. It's really just the detail they put in things that you wouldn't really expect them to do for the type of game really shows how much polish they put into it. And I know last time we chatted, we kind of talked a lot about gaming monetization, and Helldivers is a fantastic example of how to do game monetization. Like they're a game as a service, but you can literally, like, a lot of games say you can earn their premium stuff by just playing, but I think Helldivers is like the only one that I played where you can actually earn pretty much everything, even in the premium stuff, without paying a dime. It's crazy.
I noticed with the microtransactions too, it's a lot cheaper. It's like $2 for like a fancy helmet and stuff. It's not like what game was I playing? Foam Stars. That was like the Splatoon ripoff that Square Enix made not too long ago, and like their premier skins, like a fancy skin for one of the soap girl, one of the like the soap squid girls, whatever they are, like $40 for like a shirt.
Really?
It's crazy.
That's
what
wild.
Else? I think PUBG is the same way. It's like, oh no, don't get me started with PUBG. PUBG is a giant scam when it comes to microtransactions and in-game loot. because of like they want you to buy a chest and then they want you to buy the key for the chest, or they'll give you like 3 chests, but you only have enough to buy 4 keys, so you have an extra key, and then you have to buy another chest, and then it's like some of those chests they only give you like polymers for weapon skins that you can't even craft because you have to buy more stuff.
PUBG is the originator of some of these I think is some of these microtransaction things. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I think it was like PUBG started the battle pass craze too, if I remember. That's reaching into the ye olden times. I used to play the hell out of PUBG.
Yeah, I've been playing it a lot lately. It's infested with aimbots.
It sounds like another game I know called Escape from Tarkov.
I was playing it the other day, and like I was maybe like 200 feet away from another player. It's literally just a black speck staring at me, and he got me in like 2 shots, maybe 1. I couldn't tell. It happened so fast, and I just had I wasn't even pissed off. I just stared at the game and just turned it off.
Completely understandable. I've been there too. Like with Escape from Tarkov, which is a whole other game. I've been streaming that nonstop, but they used to have a lot of aimbots. It still exists in the game, but they did some work. But now instead of aimbotters, there's these hackers that are called vacuum hackers. Now they're just quality of life hackers, and arguably they're worse because what they do is they load into a game and there's like, I don't know, 10 people depending on what map you're on, and they have hacks that literally allow them to see where every item on the map is above a certain value, and then they just vacuum it and then leave. So you just waste your time. So you won't find anything good. And it's like, that's arguably worse because you're not being killed. You're just spending like 30 minutes walking around and grabbing like crackers because that's the only thing they left on the map, and they took like the $1 million items instantly.
Yeah, no, and then there was another incident where I was playing with Nate, and we were hiding behind a rock, and this one guy, there's 2 of us, right? So there's this one guy that comes up behind us, kills Nate, kills me, and it took maybe like half a second to kill me, and then he kills Nate. So I'm like, wait, there's something going on there. So I click the spectate thing. So I watch him like slowly aim onto me and shoot me twice, and then immediately snap over the Nate. No mistake, like no like off, just right there, dead in the center of his head. Kill him. I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my god, this guy is using aimbot. There's no way he's that good at PUBG. There is no way this guy's been playing this for 6-7 years straight.
He's never left the basement. He's attached to medical machines to keep this man alive.
And I reported him, and I'm like, I don't think Korea is gonna look into it. This is their top customer, right?
Yeah, they already tapped into money. They don't care about hackers. They made their buck. Since we're already talking about gaming, might as well go through some of the things I wrote down. How did you get into gaming, and what was your first real favorite game? Probably Halo, if I were to imagine, right?
Yeah. So I got into gaming since I was 2, I guess, maybe 1. I don't know. I was young. It was like around the N64 days. I remember I was playing Mario and Zelda, and then I got into the PS2, the PS1, then the PS2. I was playing an old game. It used to be called SOCOM U.S. Navy SEALs. Sony dropped that game like a decade ago, and they think it's not going to make any money, but the fan base is still alive, and they're still reviving their old servers from 20 plus years ago. And but I got into that, and then I got introduced to the world of Xbox, and then I got Halo, and I immediately became in love with that series for God knows how long, until Bungie left, and then 343 came in, and in my opinion screwed a lot of stuff up. Really went off the rails on what the original goal was to be. And then, I've just been living in this hellscape of the modern day gaming industry.
It's definitely hit or miss.
Yeah.
That's a really good I'm curious. How do you feel about the current gaming industry and the model, like battle passes, always online, games as service?
It's very scummy. There's no passion no more. It's all just money, 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 money. It's yearly Call of Duties, yearly what used to be yearly Assassin's Creed. Oh, now it's going back to yearly. It's going back to live service now. Under one game. It's really stupid. I don't know, everything having a battle pass, everything just being like, oh, we need to make a status quo with the investors, all this stuff. And it's gotten annoying at this point.
Yeah, totally agree. It's a hot take, but I was a really big fan of the open world RPG Assassin's Creed games. I kind of thought they were really good.
Yeah, it's not for everybody though. It's like it's really the thing is about it. It's like from what I've experienced with it, it's like it's trying to get into the origins of the assassins and all that, and it's just
To be honest,
they made it way too.
I paid no
Yeah,
attention to the story.
they made I don't know. It's like because you bring it up to like old school fans, and it's
Yeah,
just like
they want to kill you.
it's more they tried getting a new audience, and they did because like a lot of people I know at like work and stuff, they constantly like can't wait to leave to go play Valhalla or Odyssey or something. Is But it's just like I don't know. Assassin's Creed's like a special case.
Yeah. No, I mean, I also am a little biased because I only played like Black Flag and Assassin's Creed 3, so I wasn't there for the OG stuff. But for me, it's more of I don't know. I really like Greek mythology, so Odyssey is probably my favorite. But I don't really even pay attention to the story that much. It's just the world and being engulfed in the mythos, like Norse mythology for Valhalla. But I totally get the criticism. Like I gave up on Valhalla 5 times because I know it's just way too long.
Yeah,
I haven't played Mirage, but as long as the fans are happy, that's all that matters. But having battle passes and always online is really fatiguing. I totally get it. It just feels like I don't know why Battlefield decided to do that, like during COVID.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was
their Battlefield's thing is that was pretty wacky.
yeah, it was definitely a little wacky. I mean, I'm glad that they put effort in to bring it back and to like work on it, but it was a little wacky. Do you have Modern Warfare 3?
No, I didn't even bother getting it. I didn't even think about getting it. I remember they put it on sale, and I was telling everybody, I'm like, oh, I'm probably gonna get it when it goes on sale. And I'm just like, I don't want to do it because I played the beta and it was exactly like MW2. It's not worth it at all.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I never even I thought the 2019 Modern Warfare and then the one after that, which was MW2, right? Those were
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, hiccup. Those are the last 2 I played, the last 2 I'll ever play, because I really like the story, but I just cannot do FPSs anymore. Like Valorant, Call of Duty, Battle. I guess I don't want to say I'm old because I'm only 24, but I just can't do it because everyone's so competitive now. It's like walking into a gym locker room. Like you just want to have some fun. You're getting screamed at and calling slurs by a 12-year-old who's popping off at 30 kills because he doesn't. Everyone wants to be the next Twitch streamer.
No, the last time I played MW2, there was a guy. I don't know. I got home from work. All I wanted to do was just play my games. Relax. I was very stressed out at work. I got home and there was this guy. He was going 46-2 in team deathmatch.
Holy!
and then when the game was over, he started shit talking on the post match thing. And I don't know. I went off on the guy, and I said a lot of things I shouldn't have said. And I was like, you know what? I think I should delete this game. I made various efforts in trying to sell it to people. I'm like, I don't want this in my hands anymore. I'm tired. I'm done with this.
It brings out the dark side of me. I don't need it near me anymore.
Turns me into the worst possible version of myself.
I mean, I get it, man. I don't I rage, but quietly to myself because I'm too embarrassed to do open mic raging or yelling at somebody, but I totally get it. Like I smashed many controllers when I used to play like a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's
I
like,
recently got into the Siege too. That was another one that I had to put away after like 2 hours of playing it again.
oh man, Siege was the last shooter that I really was into, and I was pretty decent at. But then, unfortunately, we're 12 years into that game's existence.
About, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm good. People, like, the one thing, I thought that game was so fun for like 400 hours of playtime. And then I got to a point where people are pixel peeking literally something that's as small as my fingernail through a hole in the wall because they know you're there. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good.
That's another game where it's like people just didn't put that game down, and they're too good. It's especially ranked.
Oh my god,
you don't have fun. It's like clocking into another job.
Literally, I got that. Like, I managed to get to gold, but I was carried. It's like really sweaty. Speaking of that, like I mentioned a few times already, I play a lot of Escape from Tarkov, and that game's been out for a while now, and it's become so, because they do like wipes and stuff, so like you get, like, the game starts everyone from scratch, and you get like half a year, and then they wipe and they get new content, and everyone starts from scratch again, doing like quests and stuff. But the game is so played, and the player base are like only veterans that have like 3,000 plus hours on the game, where everybody knows everything. So everyone knows where all the loot is. That's really good. Where all the quest items and the quest locations. They know all the spawns and where people are likely going to walk. And that's the only thing that like drives me crazy sometimes, and why I can't necessarily recommend it to new people, because unless you like getting kicked in the nuts over and over again, Tarkov is a painful game to play. It's really realistic. It probably has the best gunplay I've ever experienced in my life, but it's just people have that shit nailed down to a science. They did say they were going to do like interconnected maps, so it's like DayZ kind of, and that will definitely make it easier, but like right now it's painful. I went on to a game with my friends on this map called Interchange, which is a giant mall. We literally spawned and walked like 10 feet, and someone was sitting in a bush waiting for us to go there because there's only one direction to walk during that spawn, and it's painful. And then you lose like $500,000 of gear instantly.
God.
It's rough. Great game. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's really fun. Like, there's a lot of redeeming qualities, but their hacker situation and its difficulty is rough. It's a good game though, just painful.
Yeah, it's like that with the battle royales too. With the, because like you'd land and people just sit in corners for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, just waiting. And it drives me insane. Like, I don't know how to describe it to you. I have to turn off the game. Like I said before, I have no reaction to it. I squeeze my controller and I just turn off the game. I'm just like, it's not worth it. Hop on another game. Play a single player game. Relax. Actually relax.
Play a game that's made to be relaxing. I think League of Legends definitely brings the dark side out of every human being that plays it.
Oh, yeah.
Then they put it on mobile and it got a lot worse.
Oh my god.
But
I didn't know they put it on mobile.
Yeah, they have it's Wild Rift. It's basically like League but a lot shorter, but now everyone is basically stupid because it's on the phone.
Yeah.
There's single player games are the only. Those are relaxing. I mean, I like MMOs too. Those are relaxing. Speaking of battle royales, though, I have another point on here that I wanted to ask. I playfully pick on you, and I playfully pick on some of my other friends, not in a mean way, just because I'm curious from an outsider looking in. Let's just talk about Fortnite. I need to know. Just tell me about it. Like, I just need to hear from a veteran Fortnite player.
So Fortnite is from what I've watched it evolve over the years. Unfortunately, I have over like 2,500 hours on it.
Veteran Fortnite player.
But watching it evolve is just one giant ad. Because recently, well, right now they got a Lady Gaga a mini battle pass going on, and the Guitar Hero section of Fortnite.
I see. Is that like that's its own thing?
That's its own thing. So it's like it's split into four different games under like one hub, just being Fortnite. So they got Battle Royale, they got Lego Fortnite, they got Rocket League Racing, and then they got the Guitar Hero one. So like each separate one has like its own special event. So like right now, the Guitar Hero one, Fortnite Festival, they just got done with their weekend section or like their weekend season. You know, the singer.
Yeah.
Now they transition into Lady Gaga.
That's
But while they're doing that, they're still doing their current season in Battle Royale. It's like what, chapter 5 now? Chapter 5, season 1 now. And on top of that, they're doing a little mini event with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. On top of their little mini event with the Metal Gear Solid characters.
It's an onion, man. I got that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle recommended on my YouTube feed. I'm like, what's wacky little Fortnite doing now? How are they doing over there in their corner of the internet?
And from what I've been seeing in the the rumors, the echoes I've been getting on the internet is that they're planning on putting in Devil May Cry characters. And I've been waiting for that for maybe like 2 months now. But apparently that's in the files or in the data files.
I love it.
And that's all I know of right now with Fortnite. The every day. Well, no, the item shop has been the same for like a week now because they've overloaded it with so much shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of skins. So I'm just curious, like, what, again, because I never played and I'm super bad with battle royales. I'm gonna sound like a old person asking a younger person what a phone does. But like, what made, like, why do you think Fortnite became this huge thing? Like, what?
Oh, children.
That's a good answer because that's accurate.
Kids. It wasn't designed for kids, but it got a big player base regarding, like, at the time, 10-year-olds. So now you have this whole player base that pretty much just grew up with it, and that's like their Call of Duty, like, for us, like how we had Call of Duty and Battlefield and all this thing. That's their thing, but the thing is, it never ended. It never moved on. It just evolved. So as more children are getting into it, you know, they're buying skins, they're getting attracted to all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Optimus Prime, all these characters they're seeing, Spider-Man, all these people they're seeing from all these movies and shows that they watch. They're getting their parents to get them like V-Bucks and everything for their Christmases and birthdays, and it's constant domino effect, and it got them more money, and then they're getting more collaborations with people that are also paying them, and it's just an endless money machine that they've become. But in my opinion, they did the whole monetization of games right, because it's never like they don't try to make their stuff overtly expensive. Like when they had their dispute with Apple, because Apple, regarding V-Bucks, they were taking a specific amount of percentage from them, from what I remember. So they broke up with Apple. They broke like their connection with Apple, and they made their V-Bucks down from like $10 to $6. And then recently they came out saying that for inflation, they had to bump it back up to 10.
Mm-hmm.
And, but their thing is like, they want to monetize the game, but they're trying to keep it more fresh for people, like add more new things to it, which is why a lot of people were complaining with The Weeknd, because The Weeknd got announced in early December, and he just left last week or this week.
Yeah, that's a long time.
But
I am,
that's what I got with Fortnite.
Yeah, no, I am like, now that you mention it, that like you said, like kids grew up with it because it's been around for a long time now. I'm just thinking, because this gaming model effect on younger people is definitely noticeable. Because my friend has a younger daughter, well, not his daughter, but a younger sister, I should say, and she grew up on Fortnite. She's scary to listen to. Like, it's like all V-Bucks skins, and it's a little scary. So I'm just the psychological impact of having a game that never goes away and keeps getting evolved. I wonder just the effect on people as they're developing into early adulthood, adolescence.
A lot of lessons on money management. That's probably what's gonna have to
Oh yeah, totally.
like be brought up on them because it's like, oh, this new this new skin came out, and then like 3 days later they're gonna want a newer skin that just came out because I've been victim to that.
Yeah, there's
where it's like I get a skin and then like I get like I don't know this solid snake skin, and then like 2 days later they come out with a Michelangelo skin, and I'm like, oh, I want that. And it's like now I realize I'm like I gotta slow it down.
Yeah, no, it's definitely. I'm just digesting it. It's like I'm trying to think how I would feel if, like, what if we were young and we were playing Modern Warfare 2 2022? Like,
oh, jeez.
Like, I feel like to a younger audience, battle passes and all of that must seem like the dopamine boost.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely a factor. Same thing with like just playing video games in general, like getting your dopamine rush. Smartphones, technology, everything's like, ooh, I got likes on this. Ooh, I got a text message from this person. I'm getting like it's like you're feeling good, you know.
Oh yeah,
that's how they've been working with gamers for the past couple of years. It's like because they know where to get them, you know, like they know how to get them coming back. And in some cases it works, and in some cases it's not working. Like Call of Duty for a lot of its old fan base.
Yeah. I totally agree. I feel like Modern Warfare 3 would have been received better if they just stuck to the plan of making it a DLC and making it like $30. I feel like they probably would have like got praised.
It's definitely a $30 game. They give you a 4-hour campaign with it's not even like a real campaign, it's like a Warzone expansion kind of, with like little cutscenes in here and there. And then like its multiplayer is completely identical to MW2, only you have faster movement, and all of its maps are just remakes from the original Modern Warfare 2 2009.
I will say that's the only part in that entire experience that is somewhat attractive, is to play on those maps again.
And that's where it comes to play again. They're like, oh, guys, look, we got all your favorite maps from when you were kids. You know, you come play our game. You know, spend another $70 plus tax.
And then you load
or
in.
If you want to go crazy, you want to go a little bit crazy, spend $100. Oh, you get fancy skins. Like
you can get 2 guns that have an anime girl come out of it and start dancing. Did you see that bundle? Please tell me.
Yeah.
All right, good. I was like, if this man never seen this bundle, he's about to be even more enraged by the existence of this game. It is thirst, man.
Oh man, they specifically did that. Like, you know what? We heard Chris in his last MW2. You know what, guys? We got to make this for him. We know he's gonna come back for that.
Oh,
he's
man.
our top customer.
They put cat ears on that, and they made the cat girl animation. They're like, this is gonna get him. No, but I was like, is this real? No, it's. And then like, it's overall the AAA video game industry right now. I'm really hoping these AA's like Pow World, literally millions of dollars worth of sales. And it took Helldivers 2 for Sony's CEO to be like, all right, maybe PC is in a niche community. Because I remember he was like, PC players are a niche community and they're dying. And like half of the Helldivers 2 sales was from PC. So I'm hoping this year some big things happen. Like, can we start getting crossplay with Xbox? Like, what is console exclusivity?
A lot of people are on PC. I don't know what you're talking about. There are people going to like Best Buy and Walmart right now just getting pre-built just to play games on PC.
Literally. I don't know what he was on when he said that, but it was like I'm hoping big things for 2024 for the AAA gaming space, because man, we need it. I don't want to open up Modern Warfare 3 and being a shitty UI that tells me about the 4 other games that they have because of the connected COD cinematic universe. I
No, from what I've been seeing this year with games, it, it's been mostly the Sega show
Mhm.
because they came out with the Yakuza series, right?
Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on that just because it's interesting.
So they came out with their sequel to Like a Dragon, and it's a RPG game now. It's not like the old like beat 'em ups. So everybody fell in love with Like a Dragon. So this one, like, instead of it like just being released in Japan first, they made it worldwide, and that's made by Sega. And then the guy that's given in my profile picture was giving his friend a fade from the
I
the
was curious
Persona
what that
3.
was. I've been trying. I have my window down enough so I can see your profile picture, and I've been trying to decipher what that is.
He's giving his friend a fade. That's from the Persona 3 remake, and that's also produced by Sega. And I think there's another game, Shin Megami Tensei 5. It's like a definitive edition. It originally was a Nintendo Switch exclusive,
Mhm.
and now they're just releasing it on all the systems, and that's getting big hype and everything because it is a good game. I've played it, and right now it's like I think this year Sega is gonna have like a lot of hits, but then like we got Final Fantasy coming out next week, and then there's something coming out in
I
March.
feel like I blink. And there's a new Final Fantasy game. Like I
Oh no,
like
they're going crazy with the Final Fantasy games.
like I swear I thought like a new one came out like 4 months ago.
So in 22 they came out with it was like their 35th anniversary. So they came out with like a Final Fantasy Origins game. Kind of, it was like an anniversary kind of game that they just wanted to like fill in there. And then 23 last year they came out with that was Final Fantasy 16. And then this year is the sequel to Final Fantasy 7 remake, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth.
It's a fever dream, man.
Yeah.
It's a fever dream.
But so far it's like I guess regarding AAA games, it's going good.
I just want them to shake it up. Like
Mainly Japanese based.
oh yeah,
'Cause
they're
it's
on
like,
fire. I think they've been doing good for a while.
there's a Korean game coming out in April, Stellar Blade, that's been causing a lot of controversy because of the main character. She's like a very like they're trying to say she's unrealistic looking. She's looks like a normal Korean girl, and they didn't like that, so they tried like canceling the game, like doing a Hogwarts Legacy kind of,
Oh,
saying
man.
that she was too unrealistic. But then like they show like they're behind the scenes and everything. And I guess everybody stopped talking about it. But they released a release date for everyone to pre-order, so I guess now people are pre-ordering it. I don't know.
That's wild. Without canceling myself, because I would get canceled in a heartbeat. That Hogwarts Legacy debacle is actually tilting. I seen a website where it was like, report your favorite content creator for playing Hogwarts Legacy because they're XYZ. I won't get too deep into it because I'll get canceled in a heartbeat, but it was just wild. It's so wild. Cancel culture was such a big conversation when I was at New Paltz, and I just wanted to. I hate it. It's disgusting. But see,
I'm at the point. Oh, sorry.
No, go. Go ahead. You're good.
No, I'm at the point where I'm just getting really disappointed in like being a part of like not being a part, but like being involved in a gaming community, like having an interest with a bunch of people that just like feel the need to constantly make a fuss about the most minor things, like Xbox versus PlayStation, and like all this stupid stuff. Like, because recently, I don't know if you heard, Xbox came out, Phil Spencer, the CEO of Xbox, came out saying that he's making his 4 new exclusive Xbox games to come out on the PS5 and the PC, I think the Switch. And you get all these grown men fighting online with like other group of grown men on whether or not their plastic box is better than theirs. I'm like, I know the Series X is a lot powerful, but it's not a noticeable difference, especially if you don't have like the right monitor or TV. It's all the same. Like to me, like I have like a 10-year-old TV I play on my Xbox, and it's like I don't notice it. I notice like extra frames, but I don't. It's not 4K. It's like HD 1080p.
Yeah, no.
But
the exclusivity debate, man, is wild.
But no. Apparently now they're talking about putting Helldivers 2 on Xbox. That's what I've been hearing.
I mean, I would hope so with how good it did.
But it's like what I've been noticing is like, yeah, like it sucks that the exclusivity thing, because it's like, in my opinion, like exclusivity gives these companies its character.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, Nintendo has Mario, Xbox has, you know, Halo. You know, they give it like these mascots kind of, so like it builds up their brands. They get more innovative, you know, because there's a lot of competition. But then it's like you get these fanboys and they just ruin it. You know, it's like, okay, like Xbox wants to make games for the PS5. PS5, they want to make games for the Xbox eventually. And it's like it's like kind of like tribal warfare.
Yeah.
It's just it's like it's disappointing when you see it. I don't know. It's like cuz like people used to, in my experience, people used to like talk about stuff and it was just like it was just our hobby. But it's like people just made it like their lifestyle in a way. And it's just it's scary to see, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, I totally agree. I used to, when I was younger, I used to just joke around and be like, Xbox versus PS4 or whatever. But like, it's just the thing you play games on.
Yeah, it's like, it's a computer. It's a computer with a fancy UI.
Yeah, literally. No, I mean, I don't know I wonder what the console space would be like if there was no exclusivity. It's like a double-edged sword, right? Like to your point, you get like mascots, like Xbox has Halo, PS4 has Uncharted, or I don't know what other, Spider-Man for a while there. I wonder what it's just be a giant massive blob. I'm curious. I'm in the middle. I'm so like unopinionated, but it's interesting.
I'm just gonna one box with everything in it.
Yeah, they're gonna have a merger. They're gonna break a business law, and Xbox and Sony are gonna merge and become a giant corporation. That's they're gonna be like a megacorp from Cyberpunk.
That's the start of Cyberpunk. Starts off with the big three.
The big three. Oh my god, Gabe, the CEO from Steam, and then those guys. Yeah, who would be Arasaka? I think Steam would be Arasaka.
No, probably Microsoft.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
because they keep buying. They're going crazy buying everybody up. Like the thing with Baldur's Gate did good. Apparently the CEO of Larian got called up by one of the Xbox marketing people, and they were putting in offers to try and buy out Larian. And the guy's like, "No, I think I'm gonna stay in my company for a little bit while, you know."
Yeah, especially with how successful that was. They have all the cards. They literally have all the cards.
Yeah.
But just to close the loop on Fortnite, you brought up that it's basically an ad, and I really like that. That's kind of funny because I will say I give Fortnite. I haven't played because I don't know. I played it when it came out, and then I guess I just got a bad taste because of the kids' fan base. I can't get myself to play it. But their events are wild. Like I'll always say that I love watching them. Like the one with Marvel where Galactus or whatever his name is, you have to fight him, and like when they change seasons, I don't know the context, so I'm gonna sound absolutely out of my depth. But it was like you're floating around in space and they drop you in the racing, and then they float you around again and do another mini game. And the Lego, that
was. Oh, sorry.
You're good. It's like their events are wild.
Yeah. That was their thing to like advertise like how they were revamping the game. But like on top of like the topic of it being an ad, from what I've like with like haven't you noticed like I don't know if like your algorithm's all screwed up like mine on like Instagram and TikTok and everything. But like I've been noticing a lot of like Metal Gear Solid memes with like that one song playing in the background. I don't know if you've been getting that.
Yeah, I get a lot of memes like that.
That's just from Fortnite. Like everybody, like I remember when Naruto came out on Fortnite, everybody like started flooding into watching Naruto, and it's like Jujutsu Kaisen. Everybody was rushing in. Well, I wouldn't say that was Fortnite's fault. That was actually just Jujutsu Kaisen's fault because it just attracts like when they do collaborations with other people, it just attracts people to that specific form of media. Like a lot of people were getting into Invincible when Invincible got into Fortnite, and it's just like the endless loop
I
of
still yet to watch
marketing.
Invincible. Oh yeah, it's a really great marketing tool. Just get a collab on Fortnite. So is Lego Fortnite like Lego Battle Royale? Like, or is
So
it?
it's just Minecraft
Is
as
it?
Legos.
I like it. Like, well, I
We
always
got
give it to Fortnite. Their stuff, their collaboration and their events are really good.
yeah. We got Lego Minecraft Fortnite before GTA 6.
Bro, I'm really sad I'm not gonna be able to play that game for like it's gonna come out. I'm gonna have to wait another 5 years before I can play it on PC.
Here's the hoping we're all alive.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, literally. I try not to be a diffusionist, but I'm waking up in the morning. I'm like, oh, I'm still alive. That means the nukes didn't fall yet.
In my math class today, I was sitting there. We were going over the lesson and stuff, and like I'm in the middle of writing on my notebook, and everything goes dark. All the lights go off. I was like, yes, it's finally happening. I guess some guy drilled into the circuit board and just turned off the power to the school.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, I had a slight bit of hope today. It's just
I was like, yes, finally. Where's the mushroom cloud? I want to watch it. No, it's crazy, man. I was thinking about doing an episode on it, but just talking about we are in such a era of I don't want to say negativity. We like there's so much creativity going on in the world right now. Like everybody is being creative. We're in this creative dawning. And I totally want to talk about your YouTube edits next, speaking of creativity. But like at the same time, there is just this underlying feeling of dread. I listened to Forehead Fables. Shout out to Forehead Fables. It's a podcast from General Sam, and they had an episode and they were literally talking about the same thing. It feels like we're walking on the edge of a cliff, and at any second we're about to fall into it. We have like constant wars going on that like it's 50 degrees in the middle of winter. So it's like it's really hard to not have this defeationist mindset and be like, what's the point of doing anything? Because we're probably gonna be dead when we're 50.
yeah. I don't know. It's the world's crazy. It's all from what like me and you know. It's always been crazy. We were brought up with 9/11 and then all those wars in the Middle East, and it's the same. And then we had COVID, and now we're going back to war. It's like it's the endless cycle of just bullshit.
Yeah, no, it really is.
We live in an age now where no one can get along. Everyone's divided by their race and political affiliations and gender, and and sexuality. It's crazy. It's like people just don't want to make the effort to try and get along,
Yeah, there's a lot of hostility. I'm right there with you though, man. I'm like, there's some days where it's like, is it gonna happen today? Am I gonna open up is there gonna be like a zombie virus or something? Like, am I gonna have Rick Grimes walk into the classroom and just it's crazy.
Yeah, no, I go on Google and I see like all these like recommended searches from like what other Google users are looking up, and I'm seeing stuff like bubonic plague. I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, bro. Literally, I don't even. I think I'll type in world, and since my brand is World Builder, right when I type in world, the searches are like, is the world gonna end? What do I do when the world ends? How to prepare for the end of the world? I'm like, what the fuck? It's crazy. I genuinely don't know what it's gonna be like in 30 years.
I can't wait to see this election because it's like, okay, everybody hated Trump, nobody likes Biden. So supposedly they're both running against each other again. So it's like our best bet is like
Can there be
Kennedy.
nobody? Can everyone just like not vote? What would happen if just theoretically everyone just didn't vote?
Eh,
Did you see? Oh shit! Speaking of this, I know there's absolutely no order to this, by the way, everyone listening. So if you're on a roller coaster and you're like, "What the fuck is happening?" Welcome to an average conversation when we talk. It's
Oh,
fantastic. I
yeah.
love it. Have you seen the Civil War trailer? Not Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, bro.
The Texas and California suddenly seceding from the United States.
That's the only part that's like a little weird, but like that movie is scary in such a unique way.
It's getting very what's it called, predictive, because apparently Texas is doing this thing where they're not listening to the federal government, so now the federal government is trying to say that Texas is retaliating.
Oh boy. Civil War 2.
I was like, oh man.
No, it's like I seen that first trailer, I straight up had a nightmare because it's so real. It's scary because it feels so real. There was a scene in that trailer where the main protagonists are just sitting there, and there's like kids because you have to have kids in movies like this so you feel bad, and
Yeah.
they're soldiers, and the soldiers like gonna kill them, and the protagonists are like, wait, we're American, and the soldier like scoffs and
What
like
kind of
lifts up his
American?
guns like, what kind of American? I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, that's so real. People are
That's
on
our
that
America.
level, like literally people are on that level already. Like if someone from like, I don't know, again, I'm unopinionated, but like if someone in the South may be like, oh, you're a New Yorkan, you're not really it's like people are already at that granular level. It's scary.
That's the USA number one, baby.
So it's wild. That movie, oh my god. It's like I'm actually scared to watch it. I've watched Parks and Recreation, so I can't unsee Ron Swanson every time. I don't know the name of the actor, but it's the guy who plays the president in that movie. It's
Really, I didn't know that.
yeah.
Oh yeah, apparently that was the they were trying to make that a akin to if like in their minds if they thought like Trump went fucking nuts and tried making a dictatorship. It's I didn't know Ron Swanson was playing it.
Yeah, it's the actor for Ron Swanson. I can do a quick actor for Ron Swanson. Nick Offerman, that's him. He also plays in the Last of Us show. But crazy, man. That movie, I'm gonna watch it and never sleep again. But long-winded side tangent short. It feels like we're walking on a cliff, just economic, like globally. Like, what's gonna happen next? Is North Korea just gonna hit the Uno reverse card and take over the world? Are we gonna have a Red Dawn?
Apparently, North Korea is collapsing. That's what I was told.
Is it?
Their economy is not doing too well, and they're losing a lot of money, and they're supposedly not going to be classified as a country anymore.
That's kind of what happens when you have money that's made up. I mean, I guess all money, theoretically, I guess you can say all money is made up, but North Korea, man. I don't know. The world's we're living in very wild times, everybody. Just do what you love, do what you enjoy, try to live every day to its fullest, because next thing you know, we're gonna be Walking Dead.
That's what I'm at. I'm having the mindset now that I'll be lucky if I make it to 30.
Yeah.
It's like it's been crazy.
Honestly,
everything like.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just like everything's crazy. It's like it's no one's thinking. It's like it's just they keep just like they're acting before they think, and that's like I don't know.
Yeah,
it's just been going nuts.
It's crazy. I'll end this section with this last thought that I usually tell people when they talk to me about it. I relate, like it's hard to keep positive when everything feels like it's falling apart. But if we all have the mindset of what's the point of doing anything because the world might end in like a year, if we get to that point when the world is ending and we're sitting there at that precipice, like, I don't know, maybe it's flooding or maybe it's nuclear war and we're on that precipice just waiting. you'll look back on the years before and be like, man, I never did anything. I just waited for this to happen, and it's going to feel a lot worse. So if you just do what you love every day, try to pursue your creative passions, then no matter what happens, at least you're doing what you love, you know?
Yeah.
Speaking of what you love, YouTube edits. You're pretty good at them.
I just I don't know how to explain it. It's just a lot of impulses. It's like I get an idea to doing something, I just do it, and then it's like I watch it over and over and over again. I'm like, how do we make it better? And I put it down for a little bit. I put it back up, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna add this, and I make these schizo videos.
They're pretty good though. They're pretty good.
It's very unnatural of me.
My favorites are the one where something wacky happens and then it cuts to your iconic laugh that I love. It's really good. Have you thought of, crazy question, but have you thought of maybe doing more content creation and maybe even doing like an actual YouTube channel? Not that sounds like an insult, but you know what I mean. No. Like, do you want to branch out into like doing more?
I mean, I got a YouTube channel now. It's just I just post like stupid shit posting stuff.
Yeah,
like when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, like I made like a bunch of like Yakuza edits and Evangelion edits and all this stuff. But it was just like it's all just for fun. It's like I got suspended off of YouTube apparently for like a week.
I like it
because so like on my YouTube page now I have like 7 or 8 videos, but I have like thousands of them unlisted. Because it's all stuff from when I'm playing like my games and stuff, and I get like good clips and stuff. Like I don't want like other people seeing it. I only want to see it for myself, but it's unlisted. So like since like I'm able to link it to other people, YouTube hit me on like I think I was like going nuts, screaming at somebody, like threatening them on a game.
They put you on a list.
Mama Susan didn't like that. No. And yeah, I got suspended for like a week. So all the stuff that I was like naturally like clipping while I was playing my game, I had to just send it to myself.
I like to imagine Susan clicked that video and it's just ear-piercing, blood-curdling screams.
And the thing was, it was like a 5-hour New Year's Eve live stream I was doing. So somebody had to sit through that video for 5 hours to find out what was wrong.
Oh man, no, your edits are really good. I think you would be pretty good at making like crazy edits. You have talent there, my friend. I think you're pretty good.
I was trying to. I remember. I don't know who it was though. Somebody on YouTube was looking for an editor. And I almost considered it, but then he was like, "Oh, it's like a contest thing." But I was like, "I don't want to do it." But he was like I think he was like a pretty like a somewhat big guy. I just don't remember who it was. I was watching him for a while. No. Oh yeah, so this super niche guy. You don't know him. So his name, Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
No, I don't know. It was some random guy. He was like, "Oh, I'll pay you," and I was like, maybe I should try and get like a little side hustle with it. But I didn't bother doing it.
I think you would be a great editor. Like I think you could do it. That could be a great side hustle, man, and it would be pretty fun. I think. I mean, I'm bad at it. I'm working on a video now that's over an hour long, and it's my Tarkov journey from like to level 15, and level 15 is when you unlock the flea market. And it's like over an hour long, and I want to die. But I think you'd be good at it.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's been something I've been doing since I was like a kid. So I guess I adapted to it. I don't know.
I always like seeing them. They're always funny. But I want to do a little transition. Get into. Oh, yeah. I kind of want to talk about anime, but I'm so uncultured. I don't even know how I'm going to be able to.
If you talk about anime with me, it's going to be very abnormal of me. I guess I don't know. I don't like putting myself in like general like the generic audience of weeaboos. And
I got you.
I do not like these people at all. Like I like anime. It's just I don't like the community at all. A lot of people like I meet at like all these conventions and stuff because I go to these conventions, and it's just like it's your like you see the stuff online like stereotypical stuff. It's not stereotypical. It's real. Like I walked into a guy dressed up as Tanjiro from Demon Slayer at a hentai booth, just browsing hentai, Blu-ray hentais, and
Classic.
it was, typical, like, extremely overweight, not taking care of himself. It's scary, but you get a lot of good people too, like normal people, individuals that like this as a hobby and that don't ingest it as their entire life.
Yeah, there's a lot of fedora memes. Yeah, I literally only watch Demon Slayer and Sword Art Online, so I'm bad with TV shows. But you've been to a lot of Comic Cons, right?
Yeah.
And when was the last one you went to?
The one last year.
Nice. I haven't been there in
Yeah.
forever. Was it like super changed from COVID, or was it like normal again?
So they went back to normal, like it was before COVID. I didn't go like during like the first 2 years of COVID. I went back in 22, and like that was like kind of like their last year when they were treating it as like a COVID emergency kind of event, and that it didn't feel like it because it was really overpacked still.
Gotcha.
And but yeah, no, like last year, like it was all right. It wasn't. It was better than 2022. But I remember I sat in line for maybe like 3 or 4 hours to go to a Final Fantasy panel, just so Matt Mercer can say, "Oh yeah, I'm playing this guy in Final Fantasy."
How was your experience meeting Matt Mercer? Did you lock up?
No, I just saw him on stage. I was like front
gotcha.
row. But I was like kind of far away from him, and he was just sitting there. He was hosting the whole event, so he was just talking to the cast of the people, and no, I accidentally bumped into the voice actor that plays Cloud because when me and Rebecca were there, there was this couple trying to take a picture in front of the giant poster they had. So Rebecca goes up to them. She's like, "Oh, I could take you guys' picture." And so like they're like, "Oh, thank you." So like she took the picture and she's like sitting there like constantly taking the picture. And I'm looking at Rebecca and she's like her mouth is agape. I'm like, "What's going on?" And I look over at the couple and the voice actor Cloud comes and he's talking to the couple and I'm sitting there like starstruck. Like I'm like, "Please, I want to talk to you now." Rebecca's like, "Chris, we gotta go. They're kicking us out."
That's really awesome, man. When I went to the one Comic Con, they were charging like $500 to meet Tom Hiddleston. That's his name, right? Loki.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you just want to meet your idols and not pay $1,000 for 10 seconds.
Yeah, Rebecca met Tom Hiddleston.
It's wild. I'm happy though. I bet it was a good experience. Was it expensive? How much was it when you did it? Because when I seen the line, maybe it's cheaper if you do it ahead of time, but it was like $500 on site.
I think it was like 300.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Just to get a picture.
I would have did that. See, I think my threshold is like 400. I would have dropped 300. I would have said something stupid like, "What's up?"
Yeah. Nah, I don't like doing autographs anymore because it's too expensive, and it's like I don't get into like deep conversations with them. I just say, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" I just get the fancy picture with their signature and stuff, and I come home and I frame it and I put it in a drawer and I never see it again.
Hey, that's the same with all my diplomas. I get them and I never look at them again.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think we touched base on a lot there. So I think I want to transition over we already touched on it a little bit, but education and COVID. I might have foreshadowed this with you a little bit before, but I kind of how is it going? How has school changed for you? How's college life after COVID?
So after COVID, so like before COVID, we had what our
not to
lives
interject.
were.
I guess I should ask what you're doing before. Like, what do you go to school for? I forgot to ask.
So I go to school for computer networking, basically just like IT, just like basics of IT, just to like get certifications and then get a job.
Awesome. IT is fun.
But before that, like when me and you were going, when we had all these people that we were with. I was doing like the radiology stuff, and then COVID happened, and then COVID happened. I went online. We went online, and then I took what was it? I took a semester off, and then I went back, and I was like considering whether or not I wanted to change my major because I felt like I wasn't going anywhere with my old one. So I changed, and then like the past 2 years, I've been I'm almost done with it now finally. But I've just been doing I'm doing what I needed to do with that, and then but like on my way back from being online, they encouraged everybody to go back in person, and it was like very spread out. You couldn't get a seat anywhere. I was sleeping in my car, and I finally broke that habit last semester. But like since what was it? I think it was early last year, 23. I think it was. They went fully back to normal, meaning like everything is opened up. You don't have to go through like temperature checks everywhere you go. You don't have to go through check-ins for like the library. It's like completely the way it was before COVID, but unfortunately, time does go on. And when you're in college for quite a while, you see a lot of things change, especially with the student body. And a lot of them are like 6 years younger than me, 5 years younger than me, and I don't click with them very well. So I just go to school and I come home, and on let's say I'm feeling that a little bit wild, I go to the library and study for like 3 hours.
Yeah, when I'm feeling a little edgy, I like to do some work at the library. I like to push in their chairs if I'm feeling really dangerous.
But yeah, no, it's like it's been normal for like the past year now. They got rid of the vaccination mandate. Anybody can go. There's no limits on anything. They're getting better food now. I forgot to mention that.
Oh,
so apparently apparently you remember how in the Rowley building there used to be that micro market?
At that one base, the big room, right, with the stage and stuff.
It was that fancy building.
All
the way down the bottom.
Yeah.
So they had like that self-service like micro mart thing kind of thing.
Yeah, where we met Pablo Escobar, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So last semester they got rid of it, and it was just like an empty like void. There was no food. Not last semester. It was last year, spring semester. So last semester I wasn't in campus at all. That semester I was doing like internships and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So from what I heard from the grapevine, being my literal email called the grapevine, they we talk about like the grand opening for a new it wasn't a restaurant. It's like a cafeteria kind of thing, but it's done through a third party. So now like they're doing like actual food. It's not like snacks and stuff. Like they're actually cooking food for them. But and then the Shepherd building, they got rid of the micro mart there, and I think they're putting in one of those kinds of services in the basement of that place too now.
I honestly think that is going to do amazing things for the campus. Going to be honest with you, I noticed, not to sidetrack, at New Paltz they have Element 91, which is like a restaurant, and then they have a Starbucks, and then they have like a little restaurant in the library. And I've noticed it does a lot of things for community, so I feel like that might change the vibe a lot. There's actually something nice. Because the micro marts, man, like it's the most depressing shit ever. People are lined up with soup and crackers off-brand for $10. It's literally I would like after class be like, man, I'm really hungry. What do I got? Oh, the food truck's not here. And half the time when they are there, they don't accept card anyway. By the way, you're on a college campus. Why do you not accept card? So I meander my way over to the science building, go down there, and the fridge is empty, and there's just fucking cheese sticks. I'm like, oh, this is good.
So, but, the only place that has the micromart still is in the biotech building. Because today I went, speaking of like, soup being like, like a ramen soup being $10. I went to go get like a one of those caffeinated coffee chocolate bars.
Oh, the what was it called? I think I might know what you're talking
Um,
about.
I forgot. I forgot the name. I just saw it by the way it looked. I think I forgot what it was called.
Was it called Awake?
Rebecca's telling me awake.
Yes. Oh my god, I live off those fucking things.
Yeah, no, it's like $3 now for like a little chocolate bar.
Oh, it's $3 now. Holy shit.
I was like, well, I'm down $3 now, but at least I'm a little my hunger is a little bit satisfied.
All right. I love Awake bars, man. I would get one like every day that I was at New Paltz for like more than 5 hours. Those things work.
I think so because I've been awake all day.
Hey, I like it. You've been awake all day from having an Awake bar. Man, they're good too. They're not super horrible for you, and they're pretty good.
But yeah, no, everything there is just it's going good for the new generation. Not
That's
for me
good.
though. I don't like anybody there.
What I've noticed, when I was there with you, I was really excited because like I was super excited to get to New Paltz because I was so tired of being at that school because I was really tired of the students being mad and pissy all the time. What's my analogy? No, I think I had a great time there in terms of the students. Sorry, I reversed it. At that school, I felt like the students were better. And then I got to New Paltz and the students were atrocious, but the staff was better. You know what I mean? It like completely flipped. Cause I can rant about it, but
No, I think my thing is like I've been there so long. I'm just sick of everybody.
I don't blame you, bro. I'm telling you, man, I was there with New Paltz. I was that last semester. I thought it was. I've only ever screamed at a classroom two times in my educational career. I only remember one of them, but my last semester was testing me. Everybody's political at the school that I went to. I'm pretty sure I already said the name. So at New Paltz when I went there, everyone was super political. Everyone didn't want to be there. If you expressed any opinion, you were going to get beat up.
Yeah.
They had protests on campus that were loud as hell for events, world events. You can probably guess out of the three world events going on, which one they were protesting.
Of course.
And I thought I was going to die. And there was like the cherry on top that really expressed how bad the students, not all of them. It's a majority, but there's a really good minority that are great. There was one day it was raining and I'm walking into the student union building, which is like a giant metal triangle, and it was raining. I don't know why that you might notice this too. I don't know why people don't bring umbrellas when it's raining and they get really pissy about it. We all have phones. We can look at the weather, but it was raining and I said hi to this guy. I was like, hey, good morning. He just started cursing me out because he had no umbrella. It's wild. But I missed where you are now. I missed that college when I was leaving New Paltz because I was so tired of it. I'm right there with you, man. I was like,
I think it just might be a generational thing. I know I sound like a boomer. I know I sound like an old man.
Yeah, we're really old.
I think it's just like a generational thing. I think we hit that cusp of like where everything just changed and like younger people were brought up into like the way the world is now.
Yeah.
And it's just I think it might be like they don't know. I don't know. It's different, you know?
The COVID
it's not
generation
like,
is going to be interesting.
It's not the same as it was before because of like the way people are now, you know?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, I totally understand that. I'm really interested to see, and I talked about this at my old job, the effect of COVID on the people that were essentially born and raised in COVID. Because COVID was like 2.5, 3 years. That's still like, if you're already like old enough to think free, if you're, you know, there's an age, you're a baby, and then there's a point where you gain free will, and then everything hits different. It's just like you're sitting in preschool and then you reach that cusp and you're looking at the toys you're playing with and you're just having an existential crisis because now you have free will. And the people that were like at that stage when COVID happened, like online schooling messed a lot of people up. Like,
Yeah.
I just seen a post of everybody, literally an entire high school population was leaving their high school because the high school banned phones. And after graduating from New Paltz, everybody was on their phone, even at New Paltz, and was so infuriating. So I don't know the whole situation there, but I understand, I likely can understand the school's decision for that. But online school really messed up a lot of people, and the in-class environment, even at a 4-year university institution, everybody lost how to act like a person in class. Did you have the same experience?
No, I wouldn't say that, because a lot of my classes were like maybe like 4 to 5 people. But like I see it like walking by in other classes. Like walking by through other classes, seeing other classes, how they operate and stuff. I'm getting that like from a third person point of view. It's the way people, it's like the way people act. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know how to like explain it. It's just nothing feels the same anymore.
Yeah.
You know, it's like people lost their common courtesy.
Yeah, totally agree. And for like 3 semesters, because my first semester at that school at New Paltz, I already said, I'm gonna keep saying it. Come dox me, I guess. My first semester there was fantastic. Every other semester after that was horrible. Everyone just couldn't act like a human being. Like it's your favorite catchphrase. I like it when you say it's like, it feels like you're living in a video game and everybody's an NPC. That's what it felt like, because everybody just didn't know how to be a human being.
Yeah.
It was preschool. It was literally preschool. I couldn't believe it. Like, people would complain when there was a final exam. I'm like, they would complain when there's homework. Everyone just forgot how to be a student.
Like, what was it? Last Friday, I was in the library. I had to catch up on a bunch of assignments, and so I was there for like maybe like 3-4 hours, and so I'm sitting there, and like, you know how the library has like those single cubicle kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I was sitting in one of those right next to the like one of the tables in between the bookshelf, the book aisles and stuff. And I see this girl sitting over there, and I hear her like constantly shuffling around. So me being, paranoid all the time, I just look over, because I look at everybody thinking that, someone's probably gonna shoot up the place. That's just how I think.
It's America. It's America.
I always look at people just in case, someone's gonna pull a fast one. But so I'm cornering my eye to like try and see her, and she's filming a TikTok.
Oh God.
She's filming herself like read books.
Oh God. Yeah. So like, I feel bad using my camera set, because I have, the whole influencer camera set, like the pole you put your phone on, that's a selfie stick, but I don't do it for cringy shit. Like, I do it for my brand.
Yeah.
I feel bad using it because everyone's like TikToking in public. I mean, more power to you. Yeah. Absolutely no problem with it. But the library? That's a little weird.
It's just, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Moral of the story. School's crazy.
I see that. I've been seeing that at OC, like, all the time. Well, not all the time, but I see it frequently. It's I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's bad.
You're almost out though. You're almost there. You can be free.
Hopefully, yeah. I'm getting there. 97% done, or 100% done according to degree work.
I'm very excited for you. It's gonna be a big moment. After I graduated, I needed to find a replacement, because the school gave me structure, so I needed to replace it with all this crazy stuff that I'm doing. So I think I'm excited for you, man. It's gonna be great for you to be out and not have to worry.
I just want to just establish myself and just live the rest of my life. hopefully normally, and not get drafted to Ukraine or Israel or South Korea, depending on or Taiwan, wherever the theater of war takes us,
or Texas. You have to fight on the front lines. It's crazy.
Wait for the eastern colonies of America.
Yeah, it's so wild, man. It's wild. I think we're almost at an hour and a half. I'm trying to think. We pretty much hit everything. I think moral of the story there is, school's just wild right now.
School's crazy.
Actually,
everything's crazy.
Everything's wild. And the best part, no one can afford a house.
Of course. You didn't get into the housing market at age 7. No.
Literally, it's crazy. It's a shame. Everyone's like blaming, I'm trying not to say like generational titles, but essentially everyone that's older is like, you kids, you're so lazy. You're not doing enough work. What do you mean you can't afford a house? I bought a house with my Apple. I'm sorry I didn't invest in the housing market when I was in middle school. I'm really sorry about that.
I bought my house in 1978 for $2,300.
It's wild.
My 4-bedroom house
and my 5 cars. I had a thought, but now I lost it. Oh yeah, so I'm totally not to put a content warning at the beginning of this episode, but it's okay. My family listens to an undescript news station. And
is it so enough?
Yes, you are ding ding, you are correct. And my grandmother listens to them quite a lot, and I have to stay over her house at times when my parents want the weekend or whatever. And there was one time I was over there, and unfortunately I was forced to listen because I didn't have my headphones, so I was literally like painfully dying as I was trying to work on my book. And the guy, I think it was Carl Tucker. I think that's his name. I only know his name because he's infuriating.
Oh, what's his name? Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This guy was like screaming like a Call of Duty pregame lobby, like saying, because they were. And fun fact, side fun fact. This undescript news station that starts with an F is not actually officially labeled as a news station. They're labeled as entertainment, so they don't have to fact check their sources and their stories. Just a little. I learned that and made a lot of sense when I heard it. But they were doing the story of, it was like this. He was screaming like, these kids are so lazy. They're bringing their parents to interviews. They're living with their parents until they're 30. They only have one job, and it's like, bro, just look at a chart, look at a graph, and look at the basic annual income of a normal American, like the most stereotypical American. Just look at their income, and it's not considering anything else. You would need to work like 20 jobs to afford a bedroom. People are buying houses on Amazon because they're cheaper, like the small homes that you can put together.
I'm telling you, if I ever start a podcast, that's gonna be my whole persona.
Tucker Carlson?
Oh, I'm gonna be like Tucker Carlson. I'm gonna be like Bill Burr every time he goes on Coney.
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan. Come out with the most unhinged statements. Do you think people wear watches now, but at some point in the future they're gonna want to integrate it in their wrists?
Speaking of that, hear me out. I the whole thing with the brain, whatever it's called, Musklink, I don't know what it's called. That is a very interesting. It definitely feels like cyberpunk. I feel like if anyone else was doing it, if it wasn't Musk, I feel like it might have been a little bit less scary, right? Because like the goal of it is like help people with disabilities that can't normally, but unfortunately the guy doing it is like, I don't know.
I was doing like a decent amount of research on that for like a whole week because I'm pretty sure I'm mentally damaged, and
me too. I think we all are.
Apparently, according to Elon, according to Mr. the Musk, Daddy Musk, if you must.
Daddy Musk.
So his mission statement for that is that he wants to make it for like people, paraplegics, people that can't control their limbs and stuff. They want he wants to like make your brain a mouse cursor, essentially, so you can just like control a computer via Bluetooth. and just do whatever. But according to him, he wants to like eventually make it so that we can interact with AI and stuff.
Cyberpunk.
He wants to make it. He's a big fan of cyberpunk, so he wants to make it like make it cyberpunk and stuff. But like according to like the actual scientists and researchers that were working on it, they're like it's all just hype. It's literally just gonna be a mouse cursor for people that can't move anything. There was this one video I was watching where the guy was like he was like a big like he's big in the brain chips and stuff, but like he was talking about how the Neuralink was unique to other like previous built brain chips. Is that because this one's wireless and it uses Bluetooth rather than just being wired? That and it's a lot faster.
Mm-hmm.
But he was saying that like for us to like be like in that cyberpunk kind of world, it's gonna take like maybe like a century or less maybe to understand the actual functionalities of the brain and not like just do it blind because it's gonna kill a lot of people.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
So like my like opinion towards it is just like it's all hype.
Yeah.
And it's like Elon Musk just his ex-wife was in Cyberpunk. He likes Cyberpunk. He just wants to be in Cyberpunk.
Yeah, he played Phantom Liberty. He snapped his fingers. He was like, I want to make this real.
he turns to his kids like, you know what? I got an idea.
Hear me out, brain dance.
Another idea. let me buy out a company real quick.
Then change their entire name.
Yeah.
I think how about we end on Cyberpunk? I feel like that is a very good and happier even though the game world is depressing thing to end. You played all of Cyberpunk, right?
Yeah.
All right. How did you like it?
I loved it. Despite everybody hating it when it came out and like going through all that nightmare that it was when it came out, I still enjoyed it. Like even though I did get a lot of crashes and bugs, I had a car literally get launched in the air in mid-mission and I died. but I still like, despite like me constantly having to restart the game, I enjoyed the story. I really loved the story. And like ever since 2020, they fixed it and everything. It's been doing really great. I continue to love it. It's probably one of my top 10 games of all time.
I'm right there with you. I think. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. If you were still going, train of thought. Oh yeah, I think Cyberpunk has one of the best comeback story next to No Man's Sky. There's No Man's Sky's comeback and there's Cyberpunk's comeback, and they're both breathtaking. Like yeah. I'm right there with you. My top 10 game list is very hard to break into, but Cyberpunk really broke into it, especially after Phantom Liberty. That game, especially a DLC, made me feel emotions.
Oh yeah,
and
of course,
like the song that everyone cries about. I really want to stay at your house. So I did. I don't know, who did you romance in your playthrough? Did you do any romances?
Judy.
Okay, good. Then you'll know exactly. So Judy is. I mean. Judy's pretty hot. So after I finished, like, your spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't played it, but when you're doing her romance mission where you like also really good mission, just like the feel zone, man. And just like when you're swimming through the ocean and you're reliving memories and you have the NSFW scene. But when I was leaving after I completed the mission, that fucking song came on. It was perfectly timed, and
yeah,
it makes. I don't know what ending you beat Phantom Liberty, right? Mm-hmm. Are you going to replay Phantom Liberty?
I probably am one of these days because I kind of got like a very dud of an ending. Because
what ending? You can spoil. What ending did you get? Because I want to see if it's the same. So, again, spoiler warning for anybody.
So, what's her name? Somi betrayed me, lied to me, saying that she could, because I went against Reed, and then so me and Somi were going to we're going to go to the moon and try and supposedly fix the brain chip in my cranium, and that's when she came out and said, yeah, no, it's not for you, it's actually for me, I'm dying. So I was like, you know what, Reed, pick up your girl.
Yeah.
And so I gave her to Reed, and Reed's like, you know what, I'll keep in touch. We'll get you with the CIA. I'll get you to Europe at some point. Just give me a call. I'll give you a call one of these days. And it just ended like that. And I was like, oh, that was probably
man.
like the most anticlimactic ending I can
Bro, I'm not gonna. You need to play again. I'm telling you. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but there's 3 or 4 endings. I got the new base game ending. Highly recommend
get.
trying to figure out how you can unlock that. Very, very. I mean, I wanted to jump off a roof, but very good.
I see.
No, but that choice. Read Phantom Liberty is like fucking phenomenal. That was so good. Like,
Apparently there was an update. I didn't know about that. That you could change Johnny's appearance
really?
because there was a video I saw on Instagram and the guy was talking to Johnny and he looked like Neo's outfit from the Matrix. And I'm like, oh, it must be a mod. So I looked it up and apparently they did an update where you could give him different appearances. I didn't know that was a thing.
Every time CD Projekt Red has said this is our last update for Cyberpunk, they make another one.
Well, because now aren't they working on The Witcher 4 now?
Yeah, they're working on The Witcher 4 and Project Orin, which is the next Cyberpunk. I think because of how well Cyberpunk did, we're gonna see Project Orin, or whatever they're gonna call it, in a lot quicker time scale than we did with Cyberpunk 2077 taking like our entire life to come out. So I'm very excited, man. That game was phenomenal. And I think you have the same music, but the music that plays at the end of Phantom Liberty, that like action music, oh my god. I'm pretty sure it's the same no matter what ending you get. The one that I choose, I went with Reed, but the music played, oh my god. I played that shit on loop. Great game. I'm so excited. I'm also really excited for The Witcher 4 because I love The Witcher and I'm reading the books and I'm almost done with the series.
See, I tried getting into The Witcher. Rebecca got into it more than me, and I couldn't. It was too. It was too long for me. I guess I don't know.
It is long.
I don't have that attention span.
I don't blame you, man. Trust me. I'm weird with The Witcher. I started it, stopped it, started it, stopped it, started it, got like 20 hours, no, like 5-6 hours in, stopped it. And like my 4th or 5th time playing it, I stuck with it. And it was basically like putting an IV drip into my vein. And now I live and breathe The Witcher. But it's a weird game. It's long. It's really weird. But it's
pretty fun. That's what it was. So I got into like I finally got into a sex scene and then I put it down. That's what it was. That's what it was. That's what I last remembered. And it wasn't even a major character. It was one of the side characters.
I like it. There's a funny thing with that game where if you sleep with all of the characters, you get a cuck ending. They actually, like, the developers accounted for that, and they're like, we're gonna make Yennefer like essentially cuck you.
I see. Yeah, that's the consequence.
Yeah,
of the face.
Those are the RPG decisions that gamers want.
It's like kind of similar with Persona 5, where you romance every underage girl. You romance the underage girls, the very overage women. It's wild. That
just
game.
sends the cops directly to the door.
What?
Do they just send the cops to your door?
They should, but apparently if you romance everybody on Valentine's Day, they all get you a gift and they meet up with you in the same spot. There's like 14 of them, and they all jump you.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's fitting. I love that. But yeah, Cyberpunk is a great game, masterpiece. I'm looking forward to that.
I think that game tried getting into the tabletop one, but nobody wanted to play with me. They just kept saying, "Oh, it's robot D&D." I'm like, "No, it's Cyberpunk. You wouldn't get it."
I'm down. I actually have the entire PDF of the rulebook, and I've been trying to find people to play with too. Because if anyone wants to say it's robot D&D, I don't know if they know that Starfinder exists, which is literally science fiction Pathfinder, and Pathfinder came from D&D. It looks
No,
fun.
I tried getting the original one from the 80s, and apparently that's going on for like $400
Holy crap!
now. And that was before Cyberpunk got like huge. The game. It's like, so God knows how much it costs now.
That's
So it's
wild.
crazy.
And
Scalpers.
I'm really
That level.
glad that the game did well and the genre's coming out, because such a good game. We really need good single player story games. We really do. They're so far and few between. To go all the way back to the beginning of our conversation, everything is live service. Like single player games are so rare to come by that are good. At least from the Western market. They're mostly like JRPGs. Like JRPGs have some pretty good stories. I just can't play them.
No, like I'm playing the Persona 3 remake, and that game, the original one was like 110 hours maybe,
Oof.
and they've been working on this game since 2019. So I think it's probably the same, maybe more, on the new one, the remake one.
It's wild. It's wild.
It's
Well, I
they
think
they just make. Oh, sorry.
no, you're good. I think we'll wrap it up because we're actually at an hour and 40, and that's a really good time. What I like to do going forward, and I yoinked this from my brother's podcast. I'm going to put you on the hot seat, and if you don't have anything to say, that's completely okay. But with like, if you wanted to leave the audience off with any words of wisdom or a thought, what would it be?
Um, Words of wisdom.
Or just like,
Uh,
what would you leave the audience with as we close out?
just live your life.
I
Live
like
your
it.
life. Just keep on pushing.
I like it. Live your life, do what you love. Try to make every day count.
Yeah, pretty much. Just don't try and not worry about anything. That's what I'm trying to work on. But I have severe anxiety issues, so it is what it is.
Completely understandable, and everything is always
Yeah.
fear tactics. But
Oh, of course, yeah.
I appreciate you coming on, my friend. It's been a good episode, and thank you all for listening. And feel free to follow, like, subscribe, drop me a comment in the YouTube comment section. No, but if you enjoyed it, feel free to give me a follow, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everybody.